We have huge breaking news from the NHL. We have a new richest contract in NHL history, both in terms of AAV and total dollars. Kaprizov and the Wild have come to terms. We'll discuss the contract coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some record-setting, breaking NHL news here this morning with Kirill Kaprizov and the Minnesota Wild coming to terms on a contract extension. This contract is going to be both the richest in terms of total dollars and in terms of the highest AAV the NHL has ever seen. So we've got $136 million over 8 years for a $17 million average annual value. Kirill Dollar Bill Kaprizov, as they wanted to call him before, has a whole lot more dollar bills to be making it rain than he ever did before. This is absolutely insane. We had heard a couple weeks back as Kaprizov returned to Minnesota that he was offered the then richest contract in NHL history of an AAV of $16 million per season over 8 years, and he and his agent kindly said, no thanks. And as late as yesterday, even in yesterday's video on this channel, I was looking at reports from, Elliot Friedman, Frank Saravalli, all the connected reporters, and they weren't sure where this was going. A lot of them were saying that they didn't know that the Wild were having much of an appetite to increase the offer, that they kind of felt they might be negotiating against themselves. I mean, Elliot said when he rejected the $16 million that they must be confident they can get more somewhere else. And that they were worried about tampering going on, and maybe there was some of that. And maybe, Minnesota obviously had to increase the offer to get this done. So that is absolutely crazy. I mean, Kaprizov is a good player, but, with the cap going up, though, as much as it seems crazy, and a lot of people are going to be going, wow, is he worth that? This is mainly due to the exploding salary cap and what it's expected to do over the next 5, 7, 8 years. And that's really what it boils down to. This contract will be probably equivalent to like a $12 million contract based on like before the cap started going up so high, just like even 1 or 2 years back. So it's all based on percentages, but where they already have a cap projection, I believe 2 to 3 years out. And if you look further ahead, even with modest increases after that, that's why this is the way it is. So you're going to see some bigger numbers coming out of some new extensions. I got to wonder, but the first thing that came to my mind is, what is Mitch Marner thinking? Marner has been one of the, if not the most productive winger in the NHL. Put up 100 points last year. And he just did a new long-term deal after the sign and trade with Vegas for, what was it, just over 12 or 12.5 million or whatever it was. Like, this is, almost $5 million more than Marner per year. I don't know that Kaprizov is better than Marner, let alone $5 million per year better. Like, this is absolutely crazy. And the Marner contract was just done a few months ago. So I guarantee you some players like Kyle Connor in Winnipeg, Jason Robertson in Dallas, to some degree Jack Eichel, although Eichel might be more likely compared to McDavid being a center, but still, I don't know that they're on the same stratosphere, but still, I think there's a lot of players will have to see what McDavid ends up doing before they kind of have their deal sorted out. But a lot of guys are sitting back, kind of licking their chops right now going, thank you, Kirill. You just reset the market and you bump things up. And if they think they're anywhere near Kaprizov's skill, they're going to be looking for some big dough. Although I guarantee there's going to be a lot of teams out there not happy with Minnesota for this, because they're going to be looking at this and just cringing what they're going to have to pay their players. So we'll see what happens. But like for right now, this is the richest contract in NHL history. Do I have concerns he's going to live up to it? I do. He is a really good player, but like with any of these situations, you hope that you don't run into as a league, as a world, basically, any situations like we did with COVID, and all of a sudden everything is stagnant, because then that would absolutely throw all those projections off when you get all this money tied up. The last time you saw Minnesota come out with some record contracts and really break the bank anywhere close to this level would be, the comparable would be the Suter-Parise matching twin contracts. They were going to bring Stanley Cups and all the success to the great state of Minnesota. And it just never happened. So I just hope that, Minnesota gets a little bit more rewarded with this one. But yeah, it's a record-setting contract. I want to know what you think. Is this too much money? How is this going to impact the market? You're going to see lots of other wingers that are due for extensions, just kind of licking their chops and seeing what they can do. And you get some guys that are going to be more concerned about doing what's best for a combination of themselves and the team to make sure that the team can still win and still be as competitive as possible, which is kind of crazy when you look at what a lot of the other guys around the league are going to be making. There's some really good players right now based on the old cap numbers making $8-9 million a year, and now Kaprizov's going to be in some cases double or almost double what they're making. Like, look how his income is going to jump. That's absolutely insane when you think about it. But I just hope for Minnesota's sake it works out. That's the biggest concern today, but let me know what you think. And I suspect we'll probably see some more contracts coming soon over the next week here before the NHL season gets underway, so teams have less distractions to worry about when they're playing hockey on the ice. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about further in the comments. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. It's a place to keep all your updates, get all your updates around all 32 NHL teams, all the news and rumors, daily postings, and more. I'll catch you next time.